have to have proper counsel, or the whole justice system becomes a joke.
I have to ask, do you think that most Albertans care, or should care, either way, about whether legal aid should be funded? I mean, this is, people who end up in the court system for whatever reason. Is it really the government's job to make sure they get legal representation?
Well, however unsympathetic you may be towards criminals, practically speaking, there's a really good public policy reason that you don't want your court system to jam up like a clogged pipe. When people can't get legal representation, they still go into court and they represent themselves. And anybody who's covered a trial where someone is self-representing or been involved in a trial where someone is self-representing can tell you that that is usually the proverbial gong show. It creates huge backlogs in the court. It's very tiresome for anybody who's involved in the proceedings. And so giving people proper representation, whatever you believe about, the Constitution and right to counsel, there are really good pragmatic reasons why when people are self-represented, things get into a horrible mess. But leaving aside the practicalities, I mean, if people can't get representation when they're charged with something very serious, that is, I think, arguably an abridgement of their fundamental constitutional right. I mean, when you go into court charged with murder, you can't be expected to defend yourself. I mean, you have to have proper counsel, or the whole justice system becomes a joke. It becomes a farce. And so if we're not willing to fund one of the fundamental touchstones of an open democratic society, what kind of province are we?